Tonight on Missing Persons Unit, it's day 4 in the hunt for 14-year-old Danae.
She's just walking through that day.
She's walking through that day.
And Gary has had a gutful of the teenage cone of silence.
We're not mucking around now.
In South Australia, a hotel guest who disappeared is caught on camera.
Yeah, there's Dennis there.
Police have to rely on forensics to solve the case.
This is excellent because we've got a reaction.
Rokas Lipinskis is fit, 98 and dreaming of reaching 100.
His life was his books and learning how to live to be 100.
That is, until he vanishes without a trace.
No reason why he couldn't come walking down the drive.
And the missing postie. He delivered his mail and then nothing.
So where do you think he's gone? You just don't know what you...
His wife said goodbye at the front gate and no one has seen Peter since.
Miss you, Daddy.
We love you and need you home.
Recently, the great Australian dream of owning your own home has for too many become the great Australian nightmare. Because of rising interest rates, the number of repossessed homes in some parts of Australia has jumped by 50%. Add to that the growing incidence of depression and the pressures of everyday life, and you can understand why someone might want to bail out and disappear. Well, you're about to meet a wife whose hard-working husband did just that, leaving her and her 3 devastated children behind. But first, in South Australia,
Andrew Jornay speaking.
Berry police are investigating the case of a hotel guest. Dennis gave only his Christian name when he first checked in here to the Renmark Hotel 7 days earlier.
Well, the mystery about this one that makes it different than most missing person inquiries is that not only is there a person missing, we don't know where someone is, the mystery is we don't know who they are.
Dennis moved here to the nearby Paringa Hotel from where he was reported missing.
Yeah, he just used to sit in the bar, have a few beers, punt on the horses and chat to everybody pretty much.
When staff hadn't seen him for a few days, they checked his room. They found his luggage abandoned and called police immediately.
You know, our thoughts are there could be a family out there somewhere who thinks their Dennis is on a holiday and we don't know anything about him. So look, it's one of those ones where we're all pretty passionate about finding something to help us locate Dennis.
Across the country, in New South Wales, it's a 7 a.m. start for the Missing Persons Unit. Mandy's already on the road to search for grandfather Rokas Lipinskis.
We're heading up to Raymond Terrace up in Newcastle this morning. It's been a fairly high-risk case, a 98-year-old gentleman who's wandered off. He's been missing now for 2 days, so their concern is he's definitely building because he hasn't been seen.
Rokas is a very fit 98 who loves bushwalking, but also has dementia. Mandy's worried if he's wandered into this dense scrub near his home, he may not come out alive.
Very cold weather at night, and his family are extremely concerned, very out of character.
Back in Berry, in South Australia...
G'day, Nev, how you going?
Good, thanks, Andrew. How are you?
Got some footage here from the Renmark Hotel reception.
Andrew and Detective Sergeant Neville Dawkins are about to study CCTV footage of their missing hotel guest, Dennis.
And if you look up in the top left of the screen, you'll see a person coming from across the road. Yep, there's Dennis there.
I'll pause it on there. White shirt, dark-coloured shorts, sort of grey slick back hair. Does that fit with the description?
Yeah, it's exactly the description. People are very confident. There's more than one. There's not just one witness that say that's the person we know as Dennis.
This surveillance footage of Dennis from the first hotel is the only image police have of their mystery hotel guest.
Here he comes now, approaching the counter. The lady's on the phone. She hangs up. They have a conversation. Didn't want to stay there because of the renovations going on. They minded his bag for him. Nothing more, nothing less. He points to the bag there. She said he seemed fit and healthy and happy.
Well, my concerns are firstly that we don't know who this man is. He could be in need of medical or other attention. I suppose also we actually don't know if this person is missing. He may well have returned to family and friends. I'm just about to head off to Paringa to speak with the person who reported him missing to see if she has got any further information.
But when you're looking for a man without a last name, there's hardly anything to go on. Meanwhile, in New South Wales, after a 3-hour drive, Mandy has arrived at the Lipinskis' home. The 98-year-old fitness fanatic was last seen here 60 hours ago when his son took him his evening meal. But the next morning, when Gus went to collect his dad's dishes...
Hi Gus, how you going?
Rockus was gone.
We are Mandy and Adam.
I made some immediate phone calls while I was there. I rang my brothers, I rang a few neighbours to see if anybody had seen him or if they had been in contact with him. It wasn't long after that where I called the police to advise them that, okay, that he wasn't there.
The 98-year-old health fanatic had one dream: to make his century.
His life was his books, and learning how to live to be 100.
The bond between this father and son is so strong. And for Gus, the thought of losing his dad, even at 98, is just too much.
If somebody could help, it'd be appreciated. And at the end of the day, there's only another couple of years that he wanted to live for. So please give your help.
Later that morning, back on the Lipinskis' property north of Sydney,
well, most likely the grassed area is, it's heavily bush.
Mandy and Adam have joined a team of police rescue and SES volunteers to look for the grandfather.
Rockus has the early stages of dementia, we believe. He's 98 years old, but he'd probably outwalk us by all belief. He puts his head down and he goes. Sounds like a character who loves to talk, and I'd love to have a talk to him this afternoon, so we're going to go out and try and find him.
And if Rockus has wandered into this thick scrub, finding him won't be easy.
Most of today will be focused by foot, and we've also got the services of the mounted police. The mounted police will be searching the area behind the missing person's residence, which is very swampy and wet, and we'll also be utilising the police trail bike section as well. We're going to be breaking into teams, and those teams will be foot soldiering in line formation along both sides of Richardson Road and Medowie Road.
It's freezing cold, and in these conditions, another hour out here for a 98-year-old could mean the difference between life and death. Meanwhile, in South Australia, Detective Sergeant Neville Dawkins arrives at the Paringa Hotel, the last place Dennis was seen alive.
Hello, Karen.
Hotel manager Karen Dittmar reported Dennis missing.
So what triggered the alarm bells for you?
Just his room was checked every day and cleaned every day, and the cleaners sort of said to me that it doesn't look like he's been there for the last 2 or 3 days. So we thought we'd leave it, and then we just kept checking, and nothing had been touched for 3 or 4 days, so I rang the police.
Do you know if he had any friends that were from Paringa district at all?
No, I mean, he did say that he had friends pick him up to take him to golf, but who they were and where they were from, I'm not sure.
But when this footage of Dennis was broadcast on TV, none of the locals recognised him.
As far as I'm concerned, he's pretty much just a traveller, and he's retired.
Karen, thanks very much for your help.
If Dennis was a traveller, then why would he leave his suitcase behind?
Yeah, I just hoped he'd picked up, pretty much. I just hoped he'd found a nice, lovely lady, and that's where he'd ended up, and sort of forgot the time and date and just popped over there for a couple of days.
At this point in time, I'll be going back to the police station to have a look inside the bag and examine the contents and let's see if we can get some more information from them.
Back in the forest, near Rockus Lipinskis' home, the search teams are covering 10 square kilometres looking for clues.
It's just such a huge area, and the thing that's most against him would be the weather. And he's been 3 days without food and water, and he's elderly, he's still frail, and if he's fallen and injured himself and can't get up, like he's waiting for help.
Because the area is so large, mounted police have been called in.
The advantages of having the horses are that we can cover a lot bigger area than police and rescue workers that are on the ground. We're more accessible getting into more difficult terrain and that. It's just too wet for the trail bikes to get in and the foot people. So it's easy for us to sort of walk around the area and just have a look.
While mounted police look for clues from above, Bosco, the police dog, is sniffing around below.
When the dog's searching, it's looking for human scent, wind-borne human scent. So we'll go into an area and the dog will be released on lead and he'll search around for any human scent in the air, and then he'll just zone in on that and hopefully locate the person.
If Rockus is out here, Bosco is his best hope of survival.
Oh, good boy. Morning.
Meanwhile, at Berry Police Station, 3 hours east of Adelaide,
Nev, this is the bag seized from the...
Neville and Andrew are now examining the items left in Dennis's hotel room.
Crime scene have gone right through the stuff, and there's nothing to identify a person, no name tags. But we've sealed them because we've figured that there could be perhaps, you know, DNA on there, but we'll leave that with you and crime scene to manage that part of it. The other thing you'll notice is that V-line ticket is around on the other side there. We've rung V-line, Melbourne Spencer Street Station, but that number only connects to the bag and not the person, so they have no record of any Dennis or anything.
Even though this is a setback, there's no way Andrew is giving up.
We also have got some witness statements that say that when he can't get a lift from Paringa to Renmark, that he actually walks between the two locations. So we're going to conduct a search of a defined search area between Renmark and Paringa using our assistance of our State Emergency Services volunteers. We're looking for things that might identify Dennis, or even if we could search for Dennis.
It's now 9 hours into the search for 98-year-old Rockus Lipinskis, and police have to call it a day.
Okay, ladies and gents, thanks very much for your assistance today. There hasn't been a conclusion to our search, which is disappointing, not only for the family, but also for us. I know that everyone's put 110% into it. We've done as much as we can do here.
But during the search, police do receive a new lead.
There's some unconfirmed sightings of Rockus in Raymond Terrace on Monday morning. We're following that up through CCTV footage.
We're nearing the end of the long day for some 60 volunteers, and we've had a debrief with the commander, and it's not looking real good because we haven't turned up anything, but our day is going to continue on into Raymond Terrace, and we'll do a small canvass of the shops and hopefully turn up something in there.
Because another night out here could prove fatal, mounted police take one last look before they knock off. But at home, Rockus's son, Gus, tries to stay positive.
Even though the weather's been so adverse as far as the temperature goes, there's no reason why he couldn't come walking down the drive, and certainly I'm extremely hopeful that that's still the case.
We're looking for this elderly gentleman who's gone missing.
Mandy and Adam are checking a recent sighting at the local shopping centre.
You recognise him?
Yes, he's a regular shopper.
Yeah, is he?
Yeah, I had seen him up this end of the store, so...
Yeah, definitely Monday?
Yes.
He was here in the centre on Monday, but I haven't seen him since though.
Definitely Monday?
Yeah.
Do you know what time or...?
It would have been around that mid-morning time.
Well, that's encouraging, isn't it?
Rockus was here the day he disappeared, and Mandy hopes this surveillance footage might reveal which way he went.
This is the exit we came in, that's the main.
He didn't have his glasses on.
No. The way he walked very sprightly like.
But after poring through every frame of footage...
So he doesn't walk hunched over at all?
The phone rings with news.
Mandy Gale, missing persons?
Yes, Mandy. Sergeant John King, Newcastle Police Rescue. How are you?
Hey, John, how you going?
Well, thanks. Unfortunately, I've got some bad news in relation to our missing person, Rockus Lipinskis. We've located Mr Lipinskis deceased in the rear yard not far from where he lived.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so it looks like he's been submerged by water during the time we were conducting the search, and since the water subsided, he's been discovered, unfortunately.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yes, it is, unfortunately. All right, Mandy.
Thank you so much for ringing, John.
Okay, thanks very much.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, that's so sad. That's one of the calls you really don't want to get. Yeah.
Meanwhile, near Wollongong, south of Sydney, in his continuing search for missing schoolgirl Danae, Gary spots a blue Lancer, just like the one her older boyfriend drives. Last week, Gary began his search for the 14-year-old runaway.
You know, there is some concern for this girl because she's never done it before, you know.
But police had already picked Danae up once and driven her home, but she ran straight out the back door.
Ring up, come home. Yeah, it's all right. Just tell us you're all right.
Her frantic mum gave Gary the phone number of Danae's mysterious boyfriend.
I think if we can find Adam, I think that's where she'll be.
Hello?
Yeah, is that Adam, is it? Yeah. Have you seen anything of her?
No, not yet.
You sure you're not with her?
No.
You certain? This is your last chance.
So Gary goes searching for the boyfriend and finds his blue Lancer. When it's pulled over, Adam is at the wheel.
She was picked up the other night. That's when the cops took her away.
She got taken away by a paddy wagon.
Yeah, I know she did. How do you know that?
Because we were with her,
Yeah, you were with her. Where's the girl at?
We got told not to say anything.
Mate, I don't care. We're not mucking around now. Where is she? I've got to get this girl and take her home.
Yeah. She's in Dapto.
Whereabouts is she in Dapto?
She was just in Dapto, that's all.
Just in Dapto?
She's in.
But he won't tell him where in Dapto.
Let's go down to the house.
Gary's 4-day search could be over in minutes if he can just get Adam to tell the truth.
Oh, you were just up there, mate. You seen her 10 minutes ago, and that's why you took off.
No, I was tucking up.
Yeah, and she was there.
This teenage loyalty between mates often makes it nearly impossible for police. Back in South Australia, police are ramping up their search for the missing hotel guest, Dennis.
All right, good morning. Thank you everyone for giving up your Sunday morning.
Andrew has also called in the SES to search the local forest.
The reason we're searching the area today between Paringa and Renmark is because there is no evidence that Dennis had a vehicle, and there is evidence that he's been looking for lifts and getting lifts from people to and from Renmark and Berry from Paringa. Today you're not only looking for Dennis, you're looking for anything that might be associated with Dennis. So please focus your minds not on seeing something large, but focus your minds on you might even find something as small as a driver's licence or a slip of paper. If you find anything at all, can you please treat it as though it's a crime scene? Well, thanks very much, and please keep yourselves safe.
After giving Gary the runaround, Adam finally takes police to the house where they suspect Danae has been hiding.
Adam, can you step out here for a minute, thanks?
We've got nothing to do with it.
Mate, I'm looking for Dana. Have you seen her?
I think she goes to my school.
Hmm? She wasn't around here about 10 or 15 minutes ago?
I was at a dentist.
You were you?
Yeah.
Was anyone else in the house?
You were upstairs, weren't you?
So you didn't see any girls?
No, I was on the computer.
It's
upstairs.
the old teenage two-step.
So where is she now, then?
But Gary's not dancing.
You told me you hadn't seen her since yesterday at the station, right? Then you told me just up here, she was here a while ago, or 15 minutes ago while you were packing up. So where's she gone now?
Oh no, she took off in the Dapto.
What, just run up the road, did she? She told me yesterday, no, I haven't heard her since 11 o'clock yesterday. And then you told me here a while ago she was here 15 minutes ago. So what is the truth?
That's true.
She was here 15 minutes ago?
Yes, and then she took off.
Well, mate, do you want to come for a run with us?
They're saying absolutely nothing. So all Gary can do is keep searching.
We'll have a quick look.
Meanwhile, in the forest outside Berry in South Australia,
and I'm fairly confident this has nothing to do with anything. Thanks very much.
There have been a number of finds over the 4-kilometre search line.
We're finding items, but whether they're connected with this particular search, we're not quite sure.
What do we got, gents? Okay. I think I need to have a look.
The reeds are crushed, as if something's being dragged through them.
There's no way to go in that way, so this is the only way to get to there. There's nothing much here that I can see. There's no damage to any of the bamboo or the twigs around here. There's no big slide marks or anything. While it's worth having a look at, I think that we'll move on.
It's a tough job. Andrew needs to make a quick decision on every find.
They've just found a number of receipts.
If he's wrong, the vital clue will slip away.
No one's touched any of that?
No one's touched it.
Dry cleaning receipt. Might have a name on it. It's got a BSB and an account number, so I'm going to keep that.
Then, moments later, just up the road, searchers find something that puts them all on edge.
It's like something floating in the water. That's okay. It looks like the backside of a person.
It could be a body. Back on the search for 14-year-old Danae, it's now nightfall.
There's one in here on the left. There's one in there.
And boyfriend Adam is still running Gary around local teenage hangouts.
We're looking for Dana. Have you seen her today? Dana? No. Cool. Yep. Last time I seen her was Saturday night.
Then, after another 2 fruitless hours, Gary calls the search off. When they get home, who's waiting out front? Danae.
What have you been up to?
Not much.
I don't know whether you believe it or not, but your mother's worried sick about you. You wouldn't believe that?
No.
Like so many runaways, Danae doesn't care about the grief she's caused or the resources used to find her.
Unfortunately, you're going to have to go home and then you're going to have to work it out with your mother.
I'm not going home just yet. I just want a day to myself, seriously.
Well, you can go out tomorrow. You don't have to stop at home tomorrow.
Yeah, but I don't want to go home yet. That's the thing. I just want a day or two just to myself.
But Danae is only 14, and there's no way Gary is about to leave her in a house full of older boys.
So just get your gear, I'll take you home, and as I say, what you do tomorrow, it's
Can you
immaterial
take me
to
home,
us.
please? You?
I don't even know where you live.
I'll tell you where I live. I just don't want them to take me home. Can you take me home, please?
If you want, but it's up to them.
Righto, we'll follow you, OK?
Gary agrees to Danae's request, but not before he has a not-so-quiet word to Adam.
You've got enough brains now, you're not going to muck around, are you? She's got to go home, all right? She can't stop here, there's no parent here. So we'll just take her home, but don't mug me around, will you?
No,
you follow us, because you'll be in trouble. Oh, mother will be wrapped, you know, but how long she's going to stop there, the mood that the girl seems to be in, you know, she doesn't want to sort of be there at the moment. But the main thing is we get her home, and then it's going to be up to the family to work things out.
And to make sure, he follows them home. It's 10 p.m, and Mandy's just completed her paperwork on Roccus Lipinskis. But with the late-breaking case of missing postie Peter Moore, it'll be some time before she makes it home to her own family.
So this all started last week, Thursday, was it?
Mandy's talking to the postie's distraught wife, Louisa, who reported him missing.
Well, he went to work as usual Thursday morning and never come back.
Okay. How's he been leading up to Thursday?
He took Wednesday off work.
Mm-hmm.
She informed me Wednesday that a lot of things have been happening at work.
Yeah.
And he's been off his medication. He's on antidepressants.
Yeah. You got the kids with you?
I've got the little one with me who's not well.
Okay, Louisa. Well, would that be okay, do you think, if we pop out and see you in the morning?
Yep.
Okay, then. Bye.
Bye.
Poor thing. She doesn't sound the best. It's very hard sometimes to talk to people on the phone. She's quite upset and finding it a little bit hard to talk, and she's obviously got a little one there with her, so we'll pop out and have a sit down with her and see if we can work out where her husband's gone. And people seem to, take on a lot and things get the better of them, and sometimes they just want a bit of time out. I think it's important we sit down and have a chat with Louisa and see if we can figure out where he's gone.
It's now nearly midnight, and Gary's finally delivering 14-year-old Danae home to her mum.
Now, you're going to be a good girl, stop at home tonight? No? Huh?
Just how long she'll stay here is anyone's guess.
Today, I don't know where your stress comes from. You get to go out everywhere you want. Why didn't you call us? Why didn't you come home when we asked you to? Kids can't run around the streets, mate.
And that's exactly what she's about to do again.
Don't you understand? That's all we're looking for, is trying to keep you safe.
Home just 2 minutes, and Danae is already packing her bags.
There's a lot of weird people out there, you know?
I know. It's very cold out there today.
Yeah, today you can't just walk out the door.
I just want 2 rocks.
How you handle it from now, it'll be up to you. But we've done all we can, and I hope everything goes all right for you and you can work it out.
Yeah. How old are you?
I'm 17.
17?
Hello. It's not really our job to go any further. It's really up to the family, and if they need further help, well, there's agencies such as docs and matters like that and counsellors. They can try and discuss things and try and work things out. But our job's finished. We've located her safe and well and brought her back to the family.
Can you let us know where you're going? If you're going to be out, say something. If you're with somebody, let us see these people. You know, that's all we ask from her.
Yeah.
Well, better I know where she is, and I'm not real happy that she's with someone that's older, but at least this kid's been honest enough in the long run to, you know, at least get her to come home and see what's going on. But, you know, I don't know what her problem is. I've asked her, and, like, she does. I don't think she really knows herself. It's just that sort of, you know, I don't know. But I'm glad she's safe. She's only a kid.
First thing next morning, Mandy and Mark are on their way to speak with Louisa, the wife of missing postie Peter Moore.
It was very hard to get a lot of information on the phone, so it's easy for us to sit down and develop some type of relationship with the family and earn that trust and see if she can open up and tell us a bit more why he may have gone. How you going, Louisa? Mandy, this is Mark, the missing person.
Hey, how you going?
Hello, it's okay. Can we go in?
Seen here on this home video, Peter was becoming more and more remote in the days before he took off, leaving his wife to look after their 3 young children.
How old are they, Louisa?
13, 10 and 5.
How are they?
They're finding it hard to work it out. Especially the 13-year-old, he's been having trouble sleeping.
I noticed your for sale sign out the front.
Like so many Australian families, the Moores have been stung by rising interest rates.
No, he's under a lot of stress at the moment through home life and work. Changes happening at work and things.
And because of these pressures, Peter became depressed, which in turn caused problems at work.
Scratched a car on a postie bike and blew up at the bosses and things, and just doesn't remember doing any of it.
And then Louisa got this chilling text message from Peter.
At wit's end, always seem to hurt the ones closest to me. Best to keep away. Love you always. Love yous always. The always sort of really upset me. It's like he was not intending to come back.
Afraid and lonely, all little Alex wants is his dad back home.
Miss you, Daddy. Everything can be sorted out. Just come home and give us the chance to work out any of your problems. You need to talk to us. We love you and need you home.
Hey Adam, it's Mandy. How you going?
Adam is calling in after checking the missing dad's bank accounts.
It appears there are several transactions on the 9th, 10th and 11th. 1:40 p.m. on the 9th of August. He's used an ANZ ATM at Camden. 9:19 a.m. on the 10th of August at Nowra Fair Shopping Centre.
Yep.
And 3 p.m. on the 11th of August at an Illawarra Mutual ATM at Argyle Mall. He's also used his account today.
Thanks, Adam. You're a gem.
Mandy's hunch was spot on. Peter is using his accounts, but where is he now?
So where do you think he's gone?
I just have no idea. I've been sending him messages, but
yeah, he's not ready to talk yet.
Even if police do find Peter, they can't make him contact his family.
We have to respect his privacy and his wishes, so the main thing is that, you know, if we can locate where he is and we can get someone to go around and make sure he's okay, and we can't force him to come home.
Yeah.
I'd say he just needs some space and he'll be home soon, hopefully.
I hope so.
Yeah. Bit of a different case, that one, I guess. There's not a lot to go on at this point. We know he's accessing his accounts, which is a good thing, so we make some inquiries with his place of work, and I guess we wait now and wait for him to contact us.
For families and police, the waiting is hardest of all. Meanwhile, in South Australia...
So where's the search line now? Is it this side?
Police searching for missing hotel guest Dennis are about to investigate something they think is a body.
If you stand here with binoculars and if you look just at the base of that tree,
there's something square and then there's the two raised sections, but it's not a person or anything connected with a person. I don't know what it is, to be quite honest.
It's not a body, and it's a huge relief for everyone.
That's all we're going to do today.
So now, at the end of a long, frustrating day, Andrew calls off the search.
Let's all meet back, and have you got time to have a bit of a debrief with us? OK.
It's very an unusual case. Normally we get a little bit more of a guide on what the person was doing, what they were thinking, what they were wearing. But this case, none of that. So, very hard.
Back in the search for postie Peter Moore...
David, Senior Constable Mark Gillard here from the Missing Persons Unit. How are you going?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad.
Police at least know Peter's alive and will keep searching until they sight him.
Anything you can tell me about his circumstances at work there? Or?
Mark's hoping that someone at Peter's work may know where he's gone.
He just said that, just sometimes he just feels like hopping on his bike and going, going for a ride type thing and just keep on riding. And that's virtually on the... when he left here on Thursday afternoon, he didn't return home.
On the occasions when he's spoken about feel like getting on the bike and going, he's never mentioned any locations or places he liked or interest.
No, nothing at all.
Thanks a lot, David.
Bye.
See ya. I haven't heard from him. He didn't make any arrangements not to come back to work. Occasionally he stated that he wouldn't mind getting on his bike and just taking off. So it looks like that may be what he's doing at the moment. Just got off and need a bit of time away.
With Peter still missing, every passing hour becomes even more difficult for his desperate family.
They do ask, where Daddy is and when's he coming home. My daughter crying Friday night.
Always.
Yeah, she both were. They're pretty upset. Got to tell them the truth that they've seen the text message and my daughter actually thought it was her fault. I said, no, it's not. It's got nothing to do with you. Daddy's just got things on his mind.
Back in South Australia, in the search for Dennis, the missing hotel guest, the results are in from the police bank search.
It's not related to Dennis at all. That's really of no further value to our inquiry.
Just for you, all the papers around it didn't seem to be, but we couldn't take that chance, so thanks for that.
But I'll book that in anyhow, and I'll add it onto the diary.
It's another dead end. So Andrew uses our program to appeal to the public.
If there's anyone out there that knows anything about Dennis, his identity, where he might be, or if in fact Dennis is out there and doesn't realise that we're conducting a missing persons inquiry for him, contact Crime Stoppers on 1800 333 000.
Andrew's last chance of solving this case is now to forensically examine all Dennis's belongings found in his hotel room. Meanwhile, in New South Wales, after the sad end in the Rockers Lipinskis case, Mandy finally has some good news.
Hello.
Hello, Peter. How you going?
Okay.
After 6 days on the road, postie Peter Moore has returned home to his family.
A little confused at the moment.
Yeah.
As to, I don't know. I'm just waiting for the consequences.
Yeah.
If you're in hospital with a broken leg or cancer, it's pretty evident. But if it's all in your head, you kind of expect compassion and understanding, but get ridicule and other stuff. I guess I tried to run away, but that hasn't worked.
Well, I'm glad you did a U-turn and come back. A big U-turn by the sound of it. But I wish you all the best, I really do.
All right, thanks a lot.
Okay, take care. Bye. Poor bugger. He has been everywhere, and the bravest thing and the biggest thing he did was turn around and come home, because a lot of people don't do that. And having children and a husband of my own, I think that the biggest thing is people need to talk things out and not run away from them. And as I said, I really commend him for coming home and facing that. And I just hope whatever they decide, they all end up happy.
All that remains for Mandy now is to visit the family and actually sight Peter.
Hello?
Yeah, hi, Joseph.
Kelly has just received the urgent new case of 30-year-old mum Caroline Coates.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask a few questions, if that's okay.
Caroline's ex-partner reported her missing after she didn't turn up at her own birthday party.
Okay. So when exactly was the last time you saw Caroline?
About lunchtime on Friday.
Yeah. And what was she like then? Was she in good spirits or?
Yeah, no, she was fine.
Yeah. Are you aware if Caroline's on any regular medication or anything that she should have been taking? Or?
She's on regular antipsychotics for schizophrenia.
Has she taken that medication with her, or?
As far as I can tell, no, she hasn't.
How long can she go without her medication before she starts having effects?
A couple of days.
But it's now been 5 days since she last took her pills for schizophrenia, and police know anything could have happened.
There is a matter of urgency in regards to this case. If she goes without a medication, it may result in her becoming quite ill. The next step at the moment is to go to Newcastle. We're going to go visit Joseph and have a bit of a chat to him and start looking around the area. So, yeah, there's a really big concern for her welfare at the moment.
Meanwhile, in South Australia,
so these are the exhibits that we've received from the crime scene.
Police forensic experts are now the best chance of confirming the identity of missing hotel guest Dennis.
They're pretty much everyday items of what appears to be some soaps, sugars and sandwich bag.
If Kathy can find any fingerprints and match them to their files, she might just solve this mystery.
So we're just going to complete a chemical treatment commencing with the white paper sandwich bag.
If there are prints on the bag, the chemicals will turn them purple.
The prints that we're looking for on this particular item are deposited by the sweat that's secreted from their palms and the fingers.
In a moment, Andrew might just know who Dennis is.
There's a lot of ifs and buts, but in an inquiry like this, you leave no stone unturned, and we'll be making sure all the items are subject to all the scientific scrutiny they can be, if that's going to help us find Dennis.
Meanwhile, in the search for missing mum, Caroline Coates, Kelly and Steve have arrived in Newcastle to speak to her distraught ex-partner and daughter.
My partner, Steve. Right, to come in? Yes. Has she ever done anything like this before?
She's taken off before, like sometimes for a couple of days at a time, but she's always had my daughter Bella with her at the time. She's always been really concerned about, you know, Bella's welfare and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it is really unusual of her to... And Saturday was her 30th birthday.
But Kelly wonders if Caroline decided to spend her birthday with someone else.
Have you spoke to her dad in Campbelltown?
We haven't been able to contact him. He recently lost his wife and stuff like that, and he's going through troubles. And...
After she lost her mum, Caroline's schizophrenia became even more erratic.
Have you known her before when she hasn't taken a medication?
You know, she'd often, like, speak under her breath and stuff like that, or, you know, see things that aren't there, and occasionally, you know, get really, like, you know, just delusional. Chased me around with a big knife out in front of the street and stuff like that, and I had to call the police that day. Even though in the last couple of years sort of thing, I could see that Caroline's health was getting worse, I just kept hoping that things would get better all the time.
1 in every 5 Australians suffers from mental illness, and often the first thing to crumble is their relationship.
She's a beautiful woman, like she's really kind-natured. You know, this woman means so much to me and my daughter, and if you are out there somewhere, Caroline, you know, please, you know, come back or contact the police, because we're so worried about you.
Back in Adelaide, forensic tests have come up with fingerprints on Dennis's belongings.
I'm more than happy with the prints that are present on this bag. They show a clear pattern and clear detail for comparison.
Kathy photographs the impressions so they can be scanned into Australia's fingerprint database. The database holds more than 2 million prints of people who've had their prints taken for many reasons. And within minutes, Kathy has found a match.
we've actually got a hit and identified the missing person, and I'll be informing the investigators today of that result.
The missing hotel guest is Dennis David Duffy. Police will now launch a national appeal to find him.
We'll continue making inquiries as long as they're there. The public's been fantastic. We've still got statements to take. We're going to spread our wings a bit further and make sure this inquiry goes to the extent that it needs to.
Before Mandy can close her case of the missing postie, she needs to sight Peter at home.
Hey Louisa, how you going?
Louisa is so grateful to have Peter home, but she also wants some answers.
Relieved to see that he was in one piece and didn't get it into anything worse than what he did do, but also angry afterwards.
Then, finally, Peter decides to tell his side of the story.
You know, I got to the end of the street at work and I said, well, I can either go that way or I can go that way. And I thought I wasn't ready to go back at that point, so I just sort of turned the other way, went south. And, yeah, a long way. But it was just the white line and my thoughts. I think everybody's entitled to a brain snap once in a while.
We're only human, aren't we?
Yeah.
Mandy's right, but the effect on those left behind is devastating.
I think he's still coming to terms with how it affected us and what was happening on our end.
There was nothing that mattered. It was a white line and my thoughts. Work didn't matter, the house didn't matter, the mortgage didn't matter, the kids didn't matter, my wife didn't matter. But as the days progressed, I calmed down. Then it went to concern and then to worry and thought, well, yeah, this is not what I should have done. There's another way. And just disappearing without notification is not a good idea.
Every year, over 30,000 people go missing. Have you seen 57-year-old Christine Redford, who disappeared from South Australia in 1998? Or 45-year-old Anthony Jones, last seen in Townsville in 1982. And 27-year-old Melanie Mennonett, missing from New South Wales in 2004. If you have any information, please call 1800 333 000.